All right, before we actually start sewing on the project, I want us to take a good look at the foot. The foot is going to help us line things up, and it's really important to understand the different parts of the foot. So let me zoom in here a little bit. Let's see. Oh, I got to work on that zoom. Anyway, let's take a look at the foot. When we were lining up to do straight stitching, I told you to line up with the inside of this clear plastic part. The needle is right here, so by lining up with this edge here, we were getting a nice straight line right on the lines of the paper. On the other hand, we need to be stitching about 1/8 of an inch away from the edge of our pocket. So we're going to line it up with this edge of the silver edge of the slot, and then our needle is about 1/8 of an inch away, and we're going to have a nice crisp hem. So that's the part that we're lining up. So let's stitch our hem. We have it pinned already, and we're just going to slide the fabric under the machine. And I want to make sure that this edge right here lines up with that inside of the silver part of the foot. And I'm going to put my presser foot down just to make sure it's lined up. And then I'm going to drop my needle down. And sure enough, I'm in the right spot. I'm removing that pin because, of course, we don't stitch over pins, and also it's kind of in the way to get started. I'm going to start by stitching a couple of stitches forward. And then I'm going to hit the back stitch button and back stitch to the end. It's important that we back stitch all the way to the end simply because we don't want that part to come undone. And now we should be ready to start stitching forward. Remember, you might need to adjust your speed if you are not comfortable doing this. I am right before the 2 on the little arrows. And this is where I'm watching. I'm watching this part of the fabric touch this part of the silver foot, or the little toe. Remember, never sew over pins. It can break your needle. It can cause all kinds of problems. And I'm also getting that thread out of the way so I don't stitch over it, because I have to take it out later. Alright, stop, take your pin out. Remember to always take your foot completely off of the foot pedal whenever you stop to take out pins, so we don't have any kind of accidents. There's no problem with sewing slowly, especially if you're a newbie. Then you can do it more accurately. I've been sewing for a really long time, but I hate ripping. So I'd rather sew slowly and not have to take it out and do it again. We are nearly done. Last pin, and I'm going to stitch right to the end, or almost to the end, within about 1/8 of an inch or so. And then I'm going to hit my back stitch button and hold it, stitch off the end, stop, needle up, presser foot up, pull off to the left, and clip my threads. If I have done this correctly, then I should be able to see a nice straight stitched seam all the way across. Clip my thread there. Should be really close to the edge, about 1/8 of an inch. And then on the right side, it also should look really nice and straight, because this is the part that's going to show on the outside of the bag. That's your next step. That's what we're working on today.